I once saw a photographer try to ask a woman out on a date and she rejected him immediately. Obviously, it took about 4 seconds from my timer, and he noticed that she saw what was inside, which was ugly, not his face. He thought he was ugly in the face, so he was hiding behind a camera and trying to blind her with a flash and change her sight patterns, and he didn't realize he just had to care for once. So photographers suck, and it doesn't mean if 5 of them sent me their shots, I wouldn't look.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
If you must be on this award-winning show, email one photo to cameraconspiracies@disciples.com. We're on the Canon C70, of course. Forget about it. First shot, not bad, sharp, scary. You got the red beauty of a flower contrasted with the darkness, the evil darkness, which is also in the forefront with an evil spider. What did you buy, a spider? Like, this isn't out in nature. You literally bought spiders at some underground warehouse and brought it home like, hey, look at me, bro. Like, you're weird, you're creepy. There's definitely no one in your basement. I mean, do you have a shark-spider hybrid? A sharker? Spidark? You don't have one. And is there an earth in your background with some weird plant with weird horns just floating in space? So it's like, it's hard to compete these days. You got like a spider shark versus, oh, I tried, I bought spiders and brought them home. Will they love me? Of course they won't. Not bad, Astro Boy. You looked out into our flat Earth dome. People think, oh, this is so far away. I needed this super long reach, and it's just a couple miles up there. It's all in the dome. It's like a light show. So it's like, of course, you brought a little thing, and he said it was a 11-day exposure or something. Don't quote me on that. It might have been 11 hours. But like, whatever, you did some stuff. You brought some pro gear. You waited out there in the cold. You were freezing your ass off. Your wife is screaming, just come in already. Put the kids to sleep, you asshole. It's a decent shot. It lacked cats, in my opinion. I don't know, like when I see stuff in space, it's aliens and they have pet cats just like us. Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't an alien want a cat around the ship? Come on now, they do, of course. And these ones are blowing up our Earth for some reason. Never asked for that. That's a little rude, if I'm being honest with you, and one too many moons for my taste, if we're being real. But next to your shot, okay, you had some nice red hues, but like, these guys are trying to get out the dome here. It's not easy, I'll tell you that much. Okay, you got a bird somewhat in focus. It's a little distracting, this little spiky flower there in the front. That's all I can see. It's a nice photo of a flower with a bird in the background, somehow also sharp, but the left flower isn't. I don't know, it's weird. I don't like there's no pop. That's why I'm confused. It's all flat rendering with your bullshit lens. It's a Sigma, of course. Oh God, help us. But if you would have panned just a bit to the left, you might have just separated the pom-poms in the back, but do you have that kind of time in wildlife? Things happen at a snap. You can't prepare, so whatever, you got a shot, decent. I will delete it immediately, right now. It's just that you didn't capture a moment that we can remember, like a man meeting his friend. Hey buddy, it's me, I'm back, and the bird comes and lands on his mouth. Yeah, he's gonna cut your lip a bit when that happens, but does that guy look to mind? Of course not, it's his best friend. So it's like, we have a moment here. Yours, I was just distracted by spiky flowers. This one's red flowers complementing the yellow bird. I win. Okay, you blurred a race car guy. Oh wow, that is such skill. Wouldn't believe the shutter speed action on that thumb dial there. That's amazing. Never seen this type of thing before. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. This one's pretty cool. It's a decent little, whoa, look at the speed. It's not bad, but you're literally just breathing in tire rubber exhaust. That's what you do for a living. You're gonna cough later tonight, and if you're wondering why, it's because that's poison and you're dying. I don't know what you even shot it on. Nikon F is a film camera, but then all these little details that nobody asked for it. Kodachrome, so you wasted a film roll on this. Get your shutter speed proper next time. I was filming a race once, but my racer was better than yours, and I captured everything, freezing the moment, of course, with perfection. He was driving a little close to the cliff for my taste, but he made it. He made a quick right turn on that, and Area 51 is his number. Come on, that writes itself. That's good times, whereas your blurry guy, it's like, I have shutter speed control. No one cares about your thumbs. Grow up. And last shot here before the Hall of Shame entries. I don't know, it's a decent outing you had there. I don't know why you used a ZVE1, but it's interesting that Milky Way galaxy, which is also not very far away. For those who don't know what that is, they think, oh, that's some super far away galaxy. No. When we were younger humans, we tried to escape the dome with a ship, and it didn't quite crack the dome, and it skidded along it. So like what you're seeing is just a crack in the dome from the ship that tried to leave our fishbowl life. So it's like, it's cool that people take pictures of it and remember that time when we tried to escape God's heaven here on Earth, but we're not allowed out physically. You should know that by now. You have to ascend spiritually by being a nice person like I am being today. I mean, if you're gonna take the shot of our rift in the dome, do it in a Paris-Toronto hybrid, the Paris Hilton Tower, as they call it. Eiffel Tower with the CN Tower in the same city. Are you even in the moon just rising out of the lake? Didn't even ask for it. Didn't even ask, but I got it. Next year, like, I have 12 megapixels. Like, who vlogs astrophotography shots? Like, you're just a vlogger. You have the wrong gear. You're not good at this. Not like the last guy who had all this special gear. You're bad. Okay, who won that show? We got the guy who buys spiders and brings them home for his wife. We have a astrophotography guy who was freezing, wife screaming at him, come inside. My kids are starving. Why are you always out there? Don't you love us? The yellow bird guy who didn't know how to stand in nature and got too many things in focus and he bored us all to sleep. The race car driver who's currently on a lung detox using the mullein tea. Well, that helps. Cough it up, my friend. Or the guy who vlogged the Astro Rift, us escaping the dome. Oh, God, did anyone really win that episode? You gotta give it to either Spider Guy or the Astro, the first. Let's give it to Astro Guy. Even though his wife is cold and lonely inside the house and the dinner goes uneaten that she made for him, you at least got a shot. It's not what you thought it was. It's actually quite close. Your limited gear obviously can't see that far, but you should know that. But you don't. All right, when it comes to the Hall of Shame entries, we have one of the worst examples I've ever seen of someone trying to blur the waterfall. Yeah, you did it. A bit too much in my taste, but usually there's something else in the shot. Like some bigger picture, wow, expanding scene where it's like you're just pointed down at this very basic, low-level waterfall. Do more. I don't know what it is about this photo that makes me hate it so much. Being overexposed, perhaps. No contrast, the flatness of it. The Hollywood satanic symbols everywhere. I can't handle it anymore. It's okay, it's just, I don't like you. This was a decent shot, also showing that we have a dome over our Earth, and that's why rainbows curve. They're just reflecting water droplets off our glass-like dome that we tried to break out of but couldn't. So it's evidence and proof that I know what I'm talking about. But it was taken with a phone, like get a real camera, asshole. And this one, you know what? I didn't see the ant that first time. Oh my God. You could win this whole show. I did not notice that there was a giant ant in the shot and the cat is looking at it and it's a beautiful scene. A little crooked on that horizon, but I don't even mind it. You win. From Hall of Shame to Hall of Fame. This guy, and originally I just saw like a cat photo, overexposed highlights, bore me to sleep, but the ant, that sells it. It sells the whole thing, and you focused on it. You knew that moment happened. Wow, the skill on this guy. I don't even know what you shot it on, because if you make the Hall of Shame, you get no details on my show. You win. New winner. Good for you. And just a side rant, I just bought the Zoom F2, and Ask me if I'm happy about it. I just recorded this episode and it didn't work. I love doing that. I love going to work twice for the same money. I love that this just didn't work for no reason whatsoever. It was working, then I pressed stop and there was no file. So thank you, China, for nothing once again. I loved the fact that you could turn the clip so I can have it in there. I hate you. That will be going back immediately, although AliExpress probably does not accept returns. That's good times on that one. So to hell with you. My Tascam, like the lav mic started splitting, made me scared. So I bought this as a replacement. That was a mistake. I hate my life. Affiliate links down below after you donate Bitcoin. Subscribe for my man outside.